Hey everybody, Arthurianwitch here. So I decided to go along with the rest of the pagans on YouTube and kind of do a pagan tag. So it's 13 simple questions it looks like. So the first question is, what is your path? Well, the path that I follow right now is very eclectic. I kind of pull from where I need to for whatever I'm doing. For example, yesterday I wanted to do a jewelry consecration for a few different pieces of jewelry that I've gotten recently, and so I pulled in a lot of Norse. I pulled in Freya and did it that way, whereas, some other days I'll pull in Celtic goddesses or gods and things like that. Question 2 is, what is your favorite herb? I personally like rue a lot. It's kind of a universal herb. You can put it in almost anything, but I'm going to warn you, it can irritate your skin. So if you're going to put it in oils or like a bath or something, just be a little bit careful if you're sensitive to that kind of a thing. Favorite stone? My favorite stone would have to be labradorite. Labradorite is amazing for boosting your own intuition and getting you to trust that intuition. Favorite oils? My favorite oils are actually one that my friend makes. My favorite one of hers is, we call it Divine Sleep. It's a mixture of patchouli, chamomile, lavender, peppermint, things like that. And it's just good for kind of, if you're having a really hard time sleeping, just getting you to kind of pass out once you hit the pillow. Favorite gods, or the gods you're working with? Well, the gods I'm working with right now, the goddess that I'm working with right now is Morgane Le Fay, mostly because I'm kind of stuck in an Arthur time period at the moment with a lot of my studies. And the gods that I work with, I worked with the Horn God, and I work a lot with Poseidon. Question 6 is your favorite pagans. Well, my favorite pagans on YouTube are Glammywitch, Puck, Reverend Don Lewis, who does a lot of the Magic TV stuff, and the Pagan Gathering group. Outside of YouTube, I love Amber Kay, Raven Grimassi, Orion Foxwood, DJ Conway, Scott Cunningham, people like that. Question 7, are you creative? Yes. My small group and I, which I'll include in a video later, do a lot of crafting whenever we meet up on Wednesdays. So just like this past Wednesday, we made love honey, which is supposed to induce a lot of feelings of mutual love in the family and kind of keep everybody at peace. Favorite sabbats? My favorite sabbat would probably have to be Samhain, just because I love that time of year, and I love those times when the veil is the thinnest. So opposite of that would probably be Beltane, and I love Beltane. Question 9, how do you incorporate magic into your everyday life? Well, I try and do daily card readings for myself or for other people. I do daily devotions in the morning and before I go to bed at night, and I kind of just try and look for key things during the day that are maybe telling me to slow down a little bit and just take my time. Question 10, do you eat meat, eggs, and dairy? Yes, but not as much as I should because I'm iron deficient. Favorite book? My favorite magic book right now is the Fairy Teachings by Orion Foxwood, and that's followed by the Tree of Enchantment, I believe it is. And his books are all about kind of connecting with the land again and connecting with the Fae and things like that. My favorite non-magic book would have to be the Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind. Question 12. Are you like your sun sign? Yes, I'm a Pisces, and everything that ever has to do with Pisces is completely and utterly me. I'm emotional, I'm intuitive, I'm, quick to, more saddened emotions and things like that. But yeah, totally like my sun sign. 13. Advice for witches watching. I think the one key piece of advice that I was given when I first started on the path that's kind of stuck with me is don't be afraid of your intuition. All of us who start on this path are very intuitive to begin with, and we all have that magic inside of us. And a lot of people, when they first start, are afraid of that. And when I first started, the one piece of advice that really helped me was trust your intuition and don't be afraid of it. So that's my advice to you guys. Don't be afraid of your intuition. You're going to get messages, or I like to call them downloads. You're going to get those, deja vu moments or things like that. Don't be afraid of it. Don't shut it off, because there were a few years where I couldn't deal with it, so I shut it off, and I shouldn't have. I could have been helping people throughout that whole time. So don't be afraid to trust your intuition. If you feel like your spiritual development is going too fast for you, maybe take a step back from it, but don't shut it off completely, and don't be afraid of it. So that was 13 simple questions about my pagan life. I don't know how many of us have done it already, but if you haven't done it, tag you're it. And that's apparently it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. The more subscriptions I get, the more videos I will do. So I will see you all later. Blessed be.